What's up, Green Party? Bookworms and bookworms. I like everybody. What are politics? You like what Desi has done with my hair? All I'm missing is the feather. So anyway, what's up? Yeah, my bad for like not reading a lot of books lately. Past year has been a wild one for all of us. But I read this. This was a Christmas gift from last year. This is Snowden's book. You know, I read this last year. It honestly it took me about three sittings to read through this book. Not because the 300 pages are too much for me to eat, but like, damn, this is a good fucking book. This is an excellent book. My mother gave me this book. She bought me this book. Which, you know what? Like, I wasn't expecting to get like a history of Snowden reading this book. But like, dude, like there's a chapter in here that talks about how this motherfucker knows like his full lineage and he traces his lineage back to New England and Plymouth Rock and his ancestor being the first child born in New England. This dude. First child born in New England. So is it any surprise that Snowden got the clout that he does? No. If you read this book, you know that that's pretty much just lined up for him. In his family and this genetic lineage right here in the DNA of this man are many American patriots that have so much clout. It's crazy. They start as like original settlers in New England, and then like generation after generation after generation, there's been Snowden blood just performing, just captaining a ship, all kinds of heroic acts. Like this man's bloodline is well decorated in the United States for patriotic civil duties and things like this. So honestly, like Snowden really seems like the culmination of like genetic heroism, like just building up over generations until you have this full fledged, like super capable, like warrior of info bites like on hand, and he just sets the precedence in the United States for like we are actually really about what we stand for. This dude right here is no coincidence that Snow did what he did. And then this book's cool too. You like learn about him as a kid and everything. Like starts about how he hacked bedtime or something like that at the beginning. He was all about playing Nintendo and everything. When this boy was a young boy, he hacked a nuclear facility and called them to tell them that he found a fucking glitch in their shit. And he got, you know what I mean? They offered him a job. He wasn't even old enough. And in the first job that he got, like he lost because of 9/11. And then and then like he goes to military service and like he's he just runs so much that he like his legs like give in, so he can't perform in the military, and that's how he ended up joining with the CIA and the NSA and all that. There's a really cool story in here about how when he's doing his CIA training, like the rest of the group is like, "Yo, this hotel we're at is like trash. We can't work in these conditions." And he talks to the lead CIA op, and dude tells him just like chill. It's only 12 weeks to be all right. And then he went ahead and made the next step. He climbed the fucking ladder and scored a Hampton Inn or something like that for the crew. So he upgraded their whole shit. He got the job. He got the job everybody wanted as a result, and ended up killing it in the CIA. Ended up killing it in the NSA. And then like the part where it gets into NSA is just like pretty much after that, like fucking like it's like reading a movie script, like the whole way that he extracted the information and the whole way that he held up in a hotel and fed Glenn Greenwald information and the Guardian posting it and watching him in the hotel watching it go by day by day. Oh man, it's crazy. And then the transit part with the airports, like this book is just like, if you was watching a movie, like this shit would be sick, but it's a book about his life, so yeah, that's pretty dope. He references porn in here too. I like that Snowden has a positive light about internet porn in this book. All of us nerds. He also references how Nintendo was his true education, like playing Zelda, things like that, were like really what really like showed him his way in life. And y'all might have heard that over the past year, his rights to his royalties from the book were like revoked or something. So he's out there in Moscow and he can't make money from the book that he wrote or whatever. But like now he's like totally like vindicated, and we're just like waiting on Snowden to come back home, like for real. Like, dude, low key, like Trump fucks with Snowden and Assange and Manning and all those people. It's like really these are like heroes of our day. These are like the Joan of Arcs of our time. And this book is just a cool book to read. Like I'll give it like 10 out of 10 trillion high fives. Like this is like a really good book. I was really glad to read it. Like I said, it was a gift, and I took 3 sessions to read it just to like absorb it all and like really like pay homage and all that. You know what? There was something else like super crucial about this book that I really wanted to say. Besides the fact that it's just well written, it's an easy read. Like it's a breeze to read. It's a really like pleasant read. It's worded very good. Everything about it's like really good. Like honestly, it's like a really good book. Like I'm not just saying that because it's Snowden, but like it's a really good book. It's written really well and it's suspenseful. And like the thing with it, he like met his like wife online and stuff. It was like online dating and stuff. Like, dude, like I don't know, was it like the first girl that he ever hooked up with or something? Like maybe I don't know. Like, dude, I don't know what kind of geek Snowden really was, but like, dude's got balls of steel at the end of the day, like one way or the other. And I hope that he finds employment somewhere where the values of the contract that you sign are super important. I want to sign off by saying this. And I feel like we got probably a lot more Snowdens in the United States government right now than we really like talk about. But like, check this out. This is one of the things that Snowden lays down in his book that I think is super crucial for anybody who wants to serve the public, the United States, in office in the government. And that is what Snowden did was he saw wrongdoing that the NSA, the organization that he was working for, would hold those standards to everybody else in the organization because that's what the purpose of it is. The purpose is to secure the safety of the American people and everything. So every line in his contract of what he was doing, same as like police officers, same as like governors. When you sign the deal is that you do your part for the American people and do it right by the American people. And so when he's in the NSA and he feels like he sees something that is a disservice to the American people, or maybe a service to somebody else besides the American people, like what these policies are in place right now, which is the Patriot Act, which is like his big problem. Is that these policies are in place right now are contradictory to the context of the contracts and everything. So like what he did was he took the wrongdoing that he saw and he couldn't go to the top of the charts, and he mentions himself as somebody that goes to the top of the charts. He talks about when he's in school, pointing out a teacher's mistake. You get in trouble for pointing out the teacher's mistake. He was that kind of dude. So he saw wrongdoing, and he couldn't go to the top of the totem pole at the time. Obama was in on it. So it's like he does his part. He reports to the public about it. He reports to the people of the United States about it. That this organization, who is contractually obligated to serve the people of the United States, is creating a disservice, and he exposes the disservice and he does his job. That was his job by the contract, and that's Edward Snowden's whole point, is that when you sign the contract for the United States of America, a public service, you serve the public of the United States of America, not anybody else's agenda, right? It was a great fucking book. Anyway, I'm gonna start reading more books now that I don't know if you heard, but I've been elected by no contest the president of Mars, and I've used my absolute authority to appoint myself as the Count of Mars, as I have declared it country. Anyway, Edward Snowden is welcome on Mars any day, and part of our government too, if he should choose to be. It's a great fucking book. I'm very glad to have read it, and I'm very thankful for the man that is Snowden, that did his civil duties as an American and performed, and then wrote this book to bless us all with. So check it out. Yo, 10 trillion out of 10 trillion high fives, matter of fact. All right.